As the Virgin Islands Police Department continues to investigate what was a deadly weekend of violence, the VI National Guard tells us yet another victim has died from gun violence in St. Croix. This is a photo of Sergeant Ian Benjamin, who died in the hospital Tuesday night. He joined the VI National Guard in 2005 and was enlisted as the 630th Quartermaster Detachment in St. Croix. The VI National Guard says, in quote, "Today we lost one of our soldiers who wasn't killed by wounds suffered in a theater of war defending our nation abroad, but at home in a barrage of gunfire similar to that of war." The VI Police Department detectives urge anyone who saw something to say something by calling 911, the crime tip line at 340-778-4950, or anonymously to Crime Stoppers USVI at 800-222-8477. And now to some news out of St. Thomas. While it's been challenging during the pandemic to have sports in the territory, a junior golf program on St. Thomas is bringing kids together outside with social distancing and lots of fun. Our Ali Bornvanak has the story for us here in St. Thomas.
Nice.
Junior golfers like Ariel are able to practice golf in St. Thomas thanks to UVI's Herman E. Moore Golf Course. She's been playing the game for several years. And like many kids, she's improving fast.
5 years ago, I started playing, and I had some friends who were playing, and they really liked it. And so Art was doing a camp, and so I thought, oh, let me try this.
Good. Nice.
But some things have been challenging. These junior golfers haven't had putting greens or a full 18-hole golf course to play since losing Mahogany Run to Hurricanes Irma and Maria. So for 3.5 years, they've been out here with golf coach Art Egger and volunteers.
It really develops you in golf, develops you in life, because you have to have honesty. You have to have good technique. And that's a lot to do with things in life that golf combines with.
Being outside and hitting golf balls is a nice change of pace in the midst of a pandemic. It's a way for children and students to play a sport and have fun while still social distancing.
It's really good. The kids once they get going and once they're out here, they like it out here. Actually, they want to come because there's other kids and they have fun. They hit. We're out in the open, as you can see. We're picking up golf balls. I make them do a little exercises, you know, jumping jacks, push-ups, sit-ups. They do some of those before we start class. So it's good for them, and they really enjoy it, and the parents enjoy it too. Way left. It's okay to be way left on this shot.
In St. Thomas, Ali Bornvanak, USVI News.
So nice to see those kids out on the golf course. Thanks for that report, Ali. And now we want to update you on the latest with COVID-19 here in the territory. There are currently 132 active cases. St. Croix is seeing the most, with 78 people currently testing positive, 52 in St. Thomas and 2 in St. John. Meantime, the CDC is set to put out a new guidance for people who have been fully vaccinated against the coronavirus. The guidance will reportedly include a recommendation that people who have been vaccinated limit social interactions to small home gatherings. Those gatherings should include only others who have been fully vaccinated. Additionally, there will be a recommendation that people keep wearing masks in public and social distance once fully vaccinated. There will also be guidance for what to consider when planning travel. And things will start opening back up soon in the state of Texas. Texas Governor Greg Abbott issued an executive order lifting the state's mask mandate. Abbott said the state now has what it needs to protect against the coronavirus, citing vaccines and antibody therapeutic drugs. The rollback of restrictions takes effect next Wednesday, March 10th, and Mississippi's governor said he will also end the state's mask mandate.
And Dave,
And the White House says this week the government will ship 18 million doses of the coronavirus vaccine. That's the most yet. We know we have some vaccination sites here across the VI, and nationwide mass vaccinating sites are giving out thousands of shots every single day. But many Americans are frustrated because they can't get an appointment. But the good news is that could change soon.
Based on the news, President Biden announcing the U.S. will have enough vaccine for every adult 2 months ahead of schedule.
by the end of May. That's progress, important progress.
He's using the Defense Production Act to get competitor Merck to help Johnson & Johnson produce its one-dose vaccine. And he's asking states to guarantee at least one shot to every educator by the end of the month.
The more people that get vaccinated, the faster we're going to overcome this virus.
Health experts fear some areas are moving too fast. Mississippi and Texas are getting rid of mask mandates and reopening retail 100%.
Personal vigilance to follow the safe standards is still needed to contain COVID. It's just that now state mandates are no longer needed.
We think it's a mistake for us to take our foot off the gas on wearing masks right now.
And Congress began debating $1,400 direct payments and other parts of the president's $1.9 trillion relief plan.
There are those who will continue to say that what we're doing now is too big and too bold. I would remind them that our nation is at its best when we do big things.
Democrats have taken the framework of the COVID relief bill and added a range of liberal priorities that have absolutely nothing to do with COVID-19.
And yet another day goes by that an elderly man has been missing in St. Croix. Family members and the VIPD continue their pleas for the public to help in finding him. Take a look. This is 80-year-old Michael Doder Emanuel. He's been missing since the morning of February 19th when he walked away from his home in the Canebrake Apartments. Emanuel suffers from Alzheimer's disease. Investigators, search crews, and friends and family members have been desperately trying to locate him for over a week now. Investigators are offering a $3,200 reward for information leading to his whereabouts. And anyone with information on the whereabouts of Michael Emanuel is urged to call 911, the Wilbur Francis Command at 340-778-2211, or the crime tip line at 340-778-4950. And from potholes to water main breaks, a top engineering group in the nation's capital says America's infrastructure needs help, and we need it now. They released the report card, and our Washington correspondent Matt Knadler explains how the country and Puerto Rico scored.
Every 4 years, the American Society of Civil Engineers gives the United States an infrastructure report card. In 2017, that grade, a D+. This year, a slight improvement, a C-. The announcement came Wednesday morning during a virtual news conference. The group estimates it would cost roughly $5.9 trillion over the next decade to fix the crumbling infrastructure and to improve some of the areas it says are in mediocre or poor condition. The report card scores the condition and performance of 17 categories of infrastructure, from our local roads, bridges, and airports to drinking water and access to broadband internet. It's a critical score as the Biden administration and Congress weighs a sweeping infrastructure package that could cost trillions of dollars.
The report card grades are a reflection not only of condition and funding, but also resilience and future needs.
State report cards operate on an independent schedule, so new numbers for Puerto Rico were not released today. But the most recent report from 2019 gave Puerto Rico a D-. The near failing grade cites a lack of investment and funding to rebuild after Hurricanes Maria and Irma. Among the poorest scoring areas, the energy grid with an F, but also roads and bridges in the D range. The 2021 report card gives U.S. roads a D as well.
All levels of government, federal, state, and local, need to make strategic investments in the road system. It's not just about quality, it's also about safety.
In all, 11 of 17 categories scored in the D range on the 2021 report card.
And again, that was our Washington correspondent, Matt Knadler. Thanks for that update, Matt. An International Women's Day is coming up next week, and Barbie is unveiling new dolls as part of its ongoing commitment to inspire young girls. Eleanor Roosevelt is the latest historical role model added to the Inspiring Women series. The doll honors the longest-serving First Lady of the United States, UN spokesperson, and human rights activist. Barbie is also featuring prominent voices, trailblazers, and influencers of today, like actor and activist Yara Shahidi and British model and activist Adwo Aboa. Barbie will also launch a virtual series called You Can Be Anything, premiering Saturday mornings all month long on Barbie's Facebook and YouTube pages.